Salutations, villagers. I want to welcome you all to update 0.41, Eville Revised. Leading up to the launch of Eville this fall, our team has been working around the clock to bring in enough changes to confuse even the smartest of thieves. We have a ton of new stuff to cover, so let's jump right in. Over the course of many playtest sessions and feedback, we've reworked 8 of our roles. These changes or additions have been made to balance and, most importantly, ensure that every role in Eville can make their mark in-game. Starting with the Seer, we found that the eye ability was way too passive, so we've improved their watchful eye. Now you can place one eye per day, allowing you to have multiple eyes around the map, which you can rotate through. The Seer also gets to play a more defensive role at night, having the blinding light ability. This will temporarily blind anyone who is unfortunate enough to fall into the watchful eye's range. The Trapper is also seeing some changes, with their spike traps no longer being instant kills for players who walk into them at night. This is a lot better for newer players. But still be careful, as the spike trap does deal a very high amount of damage. Spike traps are now placed on a cooldown period instead of having a limit of 2. High damage and technically unlimited spike traps? I'd say that's a good trade for the Trapper. Moving on, the Guard has now also been reworked to be way more protective towards their villagers. The Guard is now able to place multiple protective circles, one per each day of course, but this allows the Guard to be able to protect many areas of the village at once. Tired of conspirators running away? You can now use the intimidating shout too, same as the Barbarian. The Smuggler is now taking extra steps when clearing pathways into villagers' homes. Using the Blast Rubble ability will now require you to go and visit the black market vendor and buy black powder. The Smuggler is also receiving a new ability called Secret Trade. This allows the Smuggler to purchase items from any vendor from anywhere in Eville. Our loving, fast sprinting citizen now has a new ability as well. They are now able to build barricades from time to time and place them wherever they want. We'll get to the barricades in just a moment. Being a detective got a little bit easier with these changes. With your Find Clues ability, any discovery that you make will be shown now in your event log. And when using the Inspect ability, the identity that has been revealed to you will now show above the player's head. The Mayor also receives a small little change, bringing in a little bit more cash. Your Collect Money ability now grants 10 coin. Definitely worth a detour to a vendor. The Ghost Whisperer and the Thief are sharing similar changes this update. Their looting from player chests has been improved. Both roles are now able to select what exact item they want from a player's chest. The Ghost Whisperer, of course, still needs to loot from a dead player's chest, while the Thief is now able to loot a chest during the day and also at night. And the cherry on top? It has unlimited uses instead of the 2 uses it used to have per game. Ghost abilities are now getting also some major tweaking. Ghost abilities are no longer limited to conspirator ghosts or villager ghosts. Prices have also been adjusted for these abilities. The Disarming Presence ability drops from 60 coins to 30, Invisibility Shroud from 70 to 40, Pass Inheritance from 40 to 20, Healing Word from 70 to 35, Greedy Ghost from 40 to 30, Corpse Marker from 30 to 20, and Disrupting Bomb from 20 to 25. We have some more exciting news with new items and item changes. Starting with Sleeping Powder, this will force a player to sleep through the night, making them ultimately vulnerable to conspirators that break in. Barricades are now being introduced, which are sold by the Smith vendor, and as I mentioned earlier, is also created by the Citizen. Barricades block the path of players, but can be destroyed by anyone or with an axe cleave. It does take some time, of course. The tripwire now has to be activated manually, so for anyone who played before this change, be sure to keep that in mind. Noticing the lock and key wasn't getting the attention it deserves, you can now use your lock to unlock and lock your home. This will stay active until somebody uses a lockpick. Lastly, with the spike trap being a little less deadly, the plated boots are now cheaper as well. For our new players, we've now added an in-game tutorial that gives you the in and outs on how a typical day in Evil works. This tutorial will walk you through a scenario where you play as a trapper, protecting your home and trying to discover who the conspirator truly is. If you haven't noticed yet, there's also been some changes in the characters that you can play. A lot of our older characters are now NPCs that you'll find around the map, while the playable characters are now a more diverse group of people that you can choose. Who doesn't like having their own set of accolades? We now have over 40 achievements on Steam. From mastering your role to poisoning players, there's a broad range of achievements in different categories. In addition to all this, you now can receive match rewards. Anytime you win a match, you will now receive coins that you can use to purchase things in the in-game store. To wrap things up, we've also added a couple quality of life features. We've now added a player reporting system where you can report things such as inappropriate player names. Also, we now have a friends menu in the main menu that allows you to invite friends to your party, along with menus for outgoing friend invites, block lists, and recent players that you may have met. That about covers our extensive changes that we've made in Evil. We hope you do enjoy, and please let us know in our Discord what you think. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in Evil.